viewers, this is Priyanka here, and we have today with us Dr. Vandana Srivastava, who is a jurisdictional director of Software Technology Park of India in Guwahati office. So today we know that this park has introduced an IoT course for the students. So we are here to ask from ma'am what it is all about and how students will be benefited and what are the upcoming projects of STPI. So welcome ma'am.
Thank you, Mana. So, yeah, today, as you said, that we have launched a practical training program on IoT tools and platforms for the undergrad engineering and science students, and this is first of its kind in STPI. There so far we had not started this type of programs. We were taking interns, but this is a pure training program, and we would be having instructor trainer to train them and provide them hands-on experience on hardware and communication protocols and then cloud system. So this is a 1 month program. This is a short duration 4 week program having 12 sessions, and each session would be of 3 hours. So first batch has been started today on IoT tools and platforms, because the students are going through the examinations in most of the colleges. So second batch we are having huge enrollment, and we are going to start from 1st of July. I mean, tentative date is 1st of July, here at Guwahati Center, COE. Then we have plans to start programs on other domain areas as well in other COE centers of Northeast. As you might be aware that we are having 8 center of entrepreneurships across 8 northeastern states, and in each of our center of entrepreneurship we have set a domain specific lab which is specific to a technology domain. So like in Shillong we have set a lab on animation technologies. So these labs were basically intended for the use of startups which we are promoting through Octane program. So they are supposed to do hands on in these labs and develop their products in these prototypes in these labs. But as of now, largely these labs are unutilized. Though we have on board with us lot of startups, but most of them are, working prefer to work from their places, and they have their own technology developed and working on it. So we thought that these labs should be open to the students, and so that they would also learn hands-on experience at the stage when they are, taking their academic courses, and side by side they will be having this exposure of these tools and technologies. So this will create a foundation for them to be a startup one day. So like right now we have startups, but the numbers are not very encouraging in Northeast if you compare it with other parts of India. So what we have thought that there should be a foundational program for nurturing startups. So this is one of its kind, that's why I say. So we today we are very happy that we have launched this first, and we are getting very good response from colleges. In fact, we have onboarded, we have set an advisory committee also, wherein we have taken few professors from the leading colleges of Guwahati. So based on their inputs and all, we have designed this program. That's right now in place.
Ma'am, do you think the university should also start this kind of program for the students, just like the incubators are helping?
Yes, definitely, because our students, we have to fill that gap. See, they have good academic knowledge, they have books with them, but many times we see that in universities they don't get that high end lab. And suppose some are having that labs, but there is no one, not good instructors or trainers to train them, to let them know how these equipments and tools can be used. So this is also important.
Yeah.
You create a high end lab, but nobody knows how to use it, then also it becomes lie unutilized. So it's very important that I think it's a time that we should give focus on innovation, research and R&D, and our students from the very beginning can start working hands on experience on these tools and technologies. That will help them in making make in India. It will also promote make in India, and not only it will be helping them in their career as a serviceman, but also to become an entrepreneur. So it is very important. Uh,
Ma'am, these days we have seen that many people are, or students are adopting or going for engineering courses and science courses, but there are many who are of non-science background or who are of commerce background. Will your organization or will your institute help such students to go for some tech-based startups in future?
Yes, we have no bar on this that only engineering students can come up as a startup in our program. So anyone can be a entrepreneur and startup. It depends on interest also. Some people have lot of interest in and innovative ideas even if they are in commerce. So they set up a startup. So our startup program is basically not focusing entirely on students, but we are closely associated with industry. So in our startups, many industry people also join us as a startup. They leave their job, they become a startup. So they have a different experience. They are not just the students. So but student point of view, if you say we have no issue, because nowadays there are so many technologies which are used everywhere. So tech startups can be of any background. These like data analytics, AI, they are used everywhere nowadays. Then everyone uses the aggregator platform for selling their product. So that way you see technology has been in all domains. So it's not limited to only technology students and all. So startups can be of any, they can come from any stream.
Okay. So, ma'am, coming back to your program today, so how do you think the Internet of Things knowledge will help these people to start their own startup or develop their own product in future?
See, Internet of Things is one technology among many available technologies, emerging technologies, and definitely this can automate your system. Like Internet of Things is what you can control many things remotely through internet, like home automation system. So when you are in your car, you can from there only you can start your AC with the IoT technology. So that when you will come inside, this is a very simple application. But then there's smart irrigation systems also, wherein you can give through the IoT tools, you can control water supply, temperature, humidity. You can have a poly house for the plants to grow, and you can optimally utilize your resources with these IoT tools. So they can be used in many ways, and particularly agriculture, if you see, it has a great use. Like the smart agriculture, you can say precision agriculture, IoT can be a big tool. In other areas as well, like temperature, weather monitoring, sensing. Then in tea gardens also it can be used. IoT controlled agricultural practices can be done.
Ma'am, as we do many business stories, so we have come across the information that many startups are doing very good. Means their idea is something that is not visible any part of India, but they have not secured as much attention as they should get. Do you think this kind of gap will go away someday?
Yes, definitely, because maybe if they are these startups are having good innovative solutions, and they have developed a product which is of great use. Yes, definitely they will catch attention, and then yes, need is there to nurture such startups, to provide them support in terms of funding supports and other mentoring supports also, because they have developed a prototype, suppose. But to commercialize that product, there many things are required. Sometimes they lack knowledge in compliance part also. Technology, they are very sound, but they don't know how to launch that product. What are the clearances, certifications, licenses they need to take? So such type of support is very much required for such these startups, and then they will also catch attention um, by people. Sometimes they are doing at very small levels, so nobody knows. Maybe that thing is of great importance. If somebody would see कि अरे ये चीज इतनी अच्छी है, इसको तो हम आगे बहुत स्केल करके बहुत वाइड कवरेज दे सकते हैं, but then they need that kind of support and mentorship.
Ma'am, this is the last question. Like, what are the upcoming programs of STPI in this year?
Upcoming, see, we are going to have a boot camp session of physical boot camp of 2 days on 3rd and 4th of July next month, coming month. So, see, we are have, in in year, but every time we are floating a challenge program to select startups, and then in each of the challenge program we make a cohort. So and then after their selection we do a boot camping where we kick start the thing. We call mentors, they give them encouraging speeches and also give insights on various technologies and compliances. So last year in March we concluded one open challenge program, OCP6. Under that 80 startups were selected. So now the process of onboarding is going on. So we are calling these startups in this physical bootcamp program of 3rd and 4th July. And it will be 2 days. So one day there would be some sessions, then introductory kind of thing. We'll know each other, our management, and how we are going to promote them. Second day we are taking them to a local industry visit, because we feel that our startup should see the local industry, what are their pain points. I mean, suppose because there is a seed development agency company in lower Assam, place I don't remember exactly, Kokrajhar, near Kokrajhar I think. So we are taking them there. We'll show them their entire setup. They will talk with the management there, and we'll try to find out if there are any difficulties at certain stages which can be solved through technology. So such type of matchmaking we want to do with our startups. We are trying. We are. It's not very often that we do, but during boot camp we generally take this. I mean, because everyone has come physically to attend, so we take them to show some industry. So that would happen second day, on second day of this program.
Thank you so much, ma'am.